Essa música, essa música, essa música, essa música é muito boa. Essa música, 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 essa música é muito boa. 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 Essa música, 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 essa música é muito boa. Essa música é muito boa.
song now.
Write the song now.
Take it all. You want it all. 'Cause I know what you're feeling. It's okay, girl. I feel it too. Let it be, baby, breathe. Yeah, I'm right like you. We'll be good. Promise we'll be so good.
Write the song now.
Write the song now.
So, hello and welcome to the next session of TransportFever. Today we're gonna start I'm not sure, I downloaded a couple of maps, maybe I'm gonna use them, at least one of them. However, today we want to focus to actually get efficient goods to the cities, and actually there is a formula of multiple formulas we can use and then compare the results of each other in order to have the needed amount of vehicles that supplies actually to the city. Actually not really that difficult. You probably not make it out of your head, but then have a calculator and pen and paper as actually will work. So let's have a look. I'm gonna have a check on the map actually. I downloaded today quite a lot. I have a second map actually of the Netherlands downloaded now, so I even have downloaded UK. That's actually somewhere in China. That's actually uninteresting actually. Hainan is I think as well somewhere there. Then I have France, Denmark. Denmark probably maybe it's cool. I don't know if there is actually really difference between these two maps. I'm just gonna try it. Of now, let's take a map I do not know yet, right? What do you think from Shanghai? Maybe Denmark, maybe Central USA, Romania, maybe. So hard to make a decision between all those maps now. I should download only one, then it would be not easy. Shanghai English. So there seems to have a Chinese variant as well, so awesome. Look if we can choose Chinese city names. No, they don't have. Korean actually, I could use Korean city names. Yeah, let's do that. Vehicles. That's a shame. I start always 1850, I do not know why. Use American vehicles of European. I do not know. Fuck it. Okay, take the German ones. If you want to know which title is actually running, it's an EDM playlist on Soundcloud. Below the chat actually, there is so a small area, right, and there you have actually the name of the title and from who it is. I think it was a good addition because some people maybe have requests what's the title from, and I do not know if you ask me that later on. So yeah, in this case we could watch back the stream to that time frame and actually look, hey, it was the song from this artist. The Soundcloud is awesome. So I have already by my hand piece of paper to write on. Well, on the other side they're standing my formulas. Very important. pen? Well, as a calculator I use my old iPhone. I only use it now as a calculator actually most of the time, and as navigation device, because that's actually a very decent navigation device. But yeah, it's not my main phone anymore, so makes it good as calculator.
Look no further 'cause you got the keys. Gonna open up your eyes.
However, in order to be able to calculate anything, we first need to have a line, and we need to throw at least one vehicle on it. So on base of that, we can have a look at what we actually need an additional capacity and actually can adjust accordingly. And you not need actually have it 100% right if you came actually on 90% of the city. Wow, this city is fucking close to each other. You better build it from the coastline. Jesus, they are very close together. I mean, that can be good, but it's not even a big one. Unfortunately, it's a small map. I not want a small map. It looks actually well decent. So this is actually perfect for city transport. I think I could build here directly a line to it. We don't have it about what we change much. Now we could put it in as well. Just gonna do that. Look a little bit around, but we can do some train. Something, but actually very decent for ships. It's actually near the oil factory. We have here oil. And I could deliver. No. No. I could deliver it here. There's not really much space for a train station. Really like to use trains, but for the stage there needs to be 300 meters. What the fuck? That's probably not the right idea. I'm gonna go for other methods. It's really difficult. I mean, just for the party. Just take my back really. Wow. This map is, I think, even more accurate than the previous one. What the fuck? The actually modifier is not optimal. Yes, what the fuck is awesome? Are you serious? Love this one. But I see we don't have any industry on this map. That's actually bad. So this map you need to run with separate industry mods actually, I think. Yeah, that's unfortunate actually, because I would really play this map. For passenger transport, yeah, I would do it. But wow, this map is really nice. Have a look at the auto, you can download it on Steam Workshop. Pretty accurate placing. I see well the possibility that the cities grow here into each other, but in some chase almost grew, but not in every chase. It's not really growing into each Amsterdam, but if you do some transport stuff here in that area, it will actually happen. They will grow into each other probably. However, even that can be challenging. It's really looking but not so ideal for what we want to do. Let's have a look at other maps. Must be a map that would be useful, right? Let's take funks. As long as they have industry, everything is fine. I just want to say this song is actually a little bit aggressive, and actually the title is called aggressive. Oh yeah. Oh, he downloaded stuff. Okay. Never see that happen. Just subscribe, please, so that's not the reason. Or if I will start paying attention on the other loading screens. Can be true as well. Okay, we have industry in it. That's a good sign. Yeah, I actually not can tell you if the placement is correct of things. But wow, that's very... That will be a challenge to build here anything good. Try to find a little bit flatland. Wow. I didn't know that France is so hilly. Could produce food actually. Next bigger city would be Orleans, I could deliver to. Can produce cheese as well as well.
Move your feet to the left, shake your head to the right. You are in to this rhyme, you're in trance, that's alright. Move your feet to the left,
Yeah, we can produce
shake your
actually
ass
fuel.
to the right. You just follow
Yeah,
You're in trance, that's alright. You're like rabbit in hole. So jump on the dance floor. There you find her eyes. You're in trance, that's alright.
the cities are very far out of each other. It's just a little bit too much cities, I think. Right?
You're in trance.
You know what? I go back to my classical Dutch now.
You're letting her sight. You are moved by bass line. Don't lose her in the crowd. You're in trance, that's alright. She's in to your arms. Hold her close, hold her tight. And you want her so bad, that's alright. You're in trance. Lights a gun, fires out. People scream, they have fun. And you find yourself now. That is great. Start to jump. You're in trance. You're in trance. You're in trance. You're in trance. You're in trance.
It's actually nice.
You're in trance.
Relatable.
You're in trance.
It's a little bit less.
You're in trance. You're in trance.
Yes, so somebody did a special mission for the camera.
You're in trance. You're in
Die Kamera, die hat irgendeine so ein Auto-Adjustment. Mal also die Klöre bitte. Dann hat die alles gut Licht an, dann bin ich auch deutlich zu sehen. So, die Kamera passt sich irgendwie an die Klöre von der LED an, passt die Klöre an, dadurch wird der Untergrund wenn ich nicht mehr in der Kamera zu sehen. Behalten bei diese Klöre. Ja, das kann te maken hebben met de opname. Ja, dat doet. actually great waste. It might be very interesting to later on make a route for plastic. Yeah, we can something with plastic here, plastic and wood. But for now we're using fuel, and we're using also a train line to supply some fuel to the future cities around. But now we're gonna start making our first profit and our first calculations. I definitely do two different lines, and they are, I think, a little bit more easy to control. We need to rotate them here. Oh wait, I'm gonna fix that. So it's might now better. You can hear me now. Check, check. You can hear me? Ah, okay. Yeah, I have new software since 2 days, and I just play a little bit around with it. So I was not sure how it comes over on the other side. Since yeah, I run the game, and I cannot run the own stream with audio. I try to make it look a little bit more good and integrate as well the chat actually within, because yeah, I think that's just useful. To open the line and actually make our first calculation, we use for every line only one vehicle, because then we got actually a good base value, and from there on we're gonna have then a look what we're gonna do. Jeez. This line is actually also quite long. Yeah. They're gonna use this, then they come not across each other. They will not need much, actually. The city is very small, that's why I not use a train for that. And the route is actually not really that long, actually. That, yeah, that would be worthwhile. Easier to calculate, actually, because I would do it with one train. This track actually gets his own route depot. Ah, je spreekt Nederlands. Yeah, I hold speaking actually in English, so that's yeah, then more people can understand it. But if you have question, you can just ask them in Dutch. I give you even in Dutch answer if you want to, and yeah, after that in English. So just by one. I'm gonna pause the game actually because it's no need to let them run already. Because we was first wanna know actually how much vehicles we need. Therefore, we need first to know what the city is actually need. To calculate actually what the city needs, we need to calculate what the city needs in 1 second. And yeah, what's the cycle time of what is a year in this game? That is approximately in year. So year calculated in 12 minutes. Yeah, that's 12 minutes by 60 seconds. Makes actually 720 seconds for a year. We need 42 units in 720 seconds. Now we need to make sure actually how we get that done. Yeah, how we gonna do that? Now we know that we actually, what we now need to know is what we need on a second space. Therefore, we actually gonna divide the 42 units that the city actually need. Yeah, it's actually a little bit different. In TransportFever, you actually with cargo transport, especially even if you have only one-way traffic, you always was making money. It's a little bit more difficult since you actually, well, if the frequency isn't that great, yeah, then for some reason it's not really working. So, but to go ahead, we now need actually divide the 42 units by 720. Oops. Therefore, I use a calculator actually because that would be a very small number actually. Yeah, there we come actually at 0.058333. So let's say 0.058 units we need to deliver every second. I will later put it in the comments in the chat as well, the formulas actually, because we need to calculate now the demand actually, and the demand is 0.058 for the city. I'm just gonna write it down for me by myself for sure. But in the base, you have a demand from the city. You divide it actually by the value of the year. That is 720. That gives you a very small number probably. And what you now need to get done is build up a line. The first one we have already. Now we launched that vehicle actually on it. Oh, that's 13 minutes, so that's very bad. So now we take that vehicle, the 13 minutes, 60, then we come on 780, and the vehicle have a cargo capacity of 4 units. So now, now is the challenge. We divide the 4 units. Actually, it can transport by 780, and then we have a very big difference to the first value actually we got, because now we came on a result of 0.0051 actually. And now actually Let's have a look. How we get to the same value. I have an idea, maybe. Let's see, I need at least 10 times more vehicles anyway, because I've been 0051. That means I actually buy 10 additional vehicles. At least, oh moment. I need to check if I have it. Oh no, that's correctly actually. Let's have a look. Yeah. I try now to go up and deliver actually 0.051 instead of 0.058. That means for me I need actually in total 10 vehicles. I have one. Means I buy 9 others. That's very easy to see actually if you have it on paper, because yeah, the values are quite equal, only I have like 100 times less of 10 times less actually. You shift actually in one place. Let's have a look at the typo. We can then actually also recalculate and check if the value is correct. So we have now 10 vehicles, throw them on the line. Let's change our cycle time to 88 seconds. Okay. Now actually we need to calculate the total capacity. Well, there is not much to calculate because we have 10 vehicles, 4 units vehicles, so we have 40 units we can transport. Now we take our new cycle time, that's 88 seconds. That's the first value actually we need to calculate, is 88 seconds. By the count of vehicles we actually have in this case is at 9, so we first calculate 88 times by 9. Why I only have 9? I would want 10 vehicles actually, but well, let's do it with 9 now. For now it doesn't matter that much. Then we came on a result of 792. And now we need to divide the 40 units it can transport by the 792 and compare the value we have earlier calculated from the city 00580 to come to so close as possible actually to this value. Gonna do that now. 40 divided by 792. Then we came actually on a value, and then I've been actually very close by because I moved one vehicle actually to the left and come on a value from 0.0505. So the difference between the demand now would be on the major line 0.058. No, take off the 0.0505. Let's see what's the difference between. It's always good if you have a little bit under delivery. There's nothing wrong with it. You don't need really 100% to deliver. That's why I not really go on the total capacity, but I want to at least reach around 90% that I can supply for this particular city. Let's check what the value are of the difference. That's not really much difference now, so that's actually nice. And since we know what one vehicle actually bring, yeah, through the difference we actually can say, okay, we put 1 or 2 vehicles more on the line, so that's it's very easy to do right now after you have the numbers. So the difference we have actually is between what I can supply and what I need. So that's negative, so that's why I not get 100%. but still very low amount. It's 0.00006376. So actually I probably deliver 99% as soon as I start this route. However, I just deliver crude oil now, so we have now the challenge actually to do this with the second line as well. So the first line is calculated, so now I actually take a second page for the second line. Just one vehicle to begin with. Why I do the calculation actually twice, that's just to match if it's actually right, because first vehicle gives you a couple of minutes, but it can actually plus of min 59 seconds, and that's actually on the end, especially if you're running longer lines, make a lot difference in costs and actually spending more money on vehicles, but you actually need to do so. So now we're gonna throw that on the line. Have a look on this value. Okay. Here the same fact. We know that vehicle actually have a cargo capacity of 4 units. So cargo. So we know that that vehicle around 9 minutes, need around 9 minutes actually in the frequency, so that means we calculate first the second, so it's 9 by 60, it's 540. So now we divide actually the 4 cargo units by 540, then we have our base value again. 4 divided by 540. Then we would actually now deliver 0.0074, well, 1 unit around that. Actually the total number is 0.00740741, but well, let's do stop somewhere. And we know the city have a need of 0.58. I estimate that I approximately need 8 vehicles. That's just an estimate. I can just now pre-calculate this result by 8 and have a look if I came close to the result. 0.59 actually. That means we can do it actually with 7 vehicles. Since we with 0.59 have over demand and that we not wanna have. So let's buy the 6 more. So even if they're now going only in single way, the matter of fact, they should now actually starting immediately to making money as soon the production actually is started here. Let's check if I actually been correct in that matter of fact, and I still need to make the counter calculation from the total capacity, but in the meanwhile we let run, because taking down a vehicle or putting a vehicle extra, that's never an issue. And we will need to do that anyway multiple times, because the city will actually grow, you will get newer vehicles, and every time if you want to have a good efficient line running, you should recalculate it. My first vehicle's coming out there. Oh, I should put them online actually as well, because otherwise it's not work. I could wait actually a little bit. Oh, I have actually 1 vehicle too much, I think. Let's make the cross check now. 7 vehicles by 4 is 28. Okay, and that is then the calculation for the time. Cycle time is 77 seconds. By the count of vehicles, 7. Let's make it easy. 7 by 7. No, come on. It's 539. Now we divide 28 units by 539, and then we compare that amount again with the city demand, and then everything should be fine. T8 divided by 539. It's 0.519 actually. 0.0519. I'll take our number as 5. Let's have a look what we actually were transporting there. Oh, I should write down the results actually. Otherwise I can't compare them, right? Yeah, actually this line have a little bit overcapacity from the point of fact what I deliver. However, I let it that way because the differences they are very very low as well. I'll give you the result of that actually. That's actually quite fun how low the numbers of how low the differences are. 5, 1, 5. 0.0505. Yeah, here the difference is actually 0.0014. I mean, that's a difference actually. Yeah, in the beginning actually there will probably, however, they're spread with the time out of each other. Especially if they're getting full loaded, they are longer in the depot instead. Because if they have nothing to pick up, they're just standing quad and go away. If they're loading, actually they stick a little bit of time, and then they're spread actually quite good. I'm gonna fasten the game soon a little bit so that we can actually see a bit of the results of that. Hopefully actually it works. I let open the city window so we will see actually yeah, how we're doing. Open the finance charts font, those 2 lines, and yeah, now it's actually being a bit patient and yeah. To decrease actually traffic jams, I have put by that reason actually the second depot next to it to pick up actually the materials. And you see already they're spreading actually already quite decently. You see that they actually get hold down on the depot and their truth that will be spread. That's actually a new feature that you not had in TransportFever actually. If you launch a series, actually they pretty much stick together in that series. Here they actually spread out a little bit. I not will say that's really 100% precise. I not will burn my fingers in that point, but it works a little bit better here. Because now if you look at the green one especially, they are already quite equal from distance here, just from point of view. Yeah, and if we look at the oil line, there's actually the same matter of fact. The first station they actually get hold down as you see on launch. It will still take. The cycle time's actually changing now. That actually changed a little bit over time. Especially on the fuel support. That means on fuel support I have actually now overcapacity. So I take down the precaution 1 vehicle. because the 77-second cycle time was a good cycle time for what I can deliver as well with the oil support line. So I sent just one back to the depot actually. The same we could do now on the raw oil. No, raw oil we don't do that. They're a little bit over capacity, isn't it? Not that bad because the city will grow and then that will catch up. Yeah, that was one of the reasons that actually convinced me to buy that game. I saw pre-alpha state in the alpha state. I saw a couple of movies of that. So and explanation, and that was a reasonable and actually a necessary future. It's still not a work with trains, I think. There you still need to do it manually. And with boats, actually, I'm not sure. And with planes also not. I only used one of planes twice, actually. So, yeah, I'm gonna increase the game speed a little bit. Because otherwise we need to wait forever until we make some money. I will not spend no money on some next city. We just want to get it running here now, and hopefully we get it green. That would be nice. And you need to remember that it's a single usage line, so you even if you have 100% of load you bring to somewhere, you actually use the vehicle capacity only to 50%. Do you play at easy, medium or hard? Because the point is, if you actually came around 1910, 1915, if you've been in that area, then you actually have suddenly a financial increase and everything works smoother there. I always start in 1850 if I start a new game. So it's just because, yeah, I wanna start a history, you know what I mean? So, and then it's really challenging the first years because you're building up a line, and I always have the pressure that I want to extend actually. So, and then you have money, you can take additional loan, you know what I mean, and you just extend. But you need also keep in mind that you actually, I always also play on medium actually. This is on medium. You also need to keep in mind that you road vehicles, the first one in the stage of 1850, they need to be replaced every 15 years. So a train need to be replaced every 30 years. So you need to keep that in account. And replacing trains means usually going to the next generation, and the next generation usually costs you then already 2 million. The generation afterwards, they cost you already like 3 or 4 million. You know what I mean? That's well funny, the raw oil line actually makes already a little bit money. Actually, I need to recalculate now, because the cycle time is still increasing. But for now I let it that way, because that's for actually the raw oil line not bad, because the production need to start in first place. If the production is started, then actually they build up a little bit stock, so that's not wrong. And in the meanwhile, I hope that then the needs grow from 44, but we can monitor that. The easiest way actually, if you have cargo transport on this map, I can actually show you that, because that is a very static map. Meanwhile, I never tried this line actually. I'm gonna go to the north actually. This map actually is the Netherlands on Steam Workshop, so you might can download it there. That's a very, very awesome map actually. the only difficult the edges on the riversides, they are not really smoothen on this one. So that's unfortunate. That makes the usage of boats very difficult. So I'm gonna not do that on this map. But I give you an example on this one. This one is a very easy one actually to start with a train line. Basically, you transport food by road to the city. Usually you should use livestock. Build your station around here, then you cover actually already the most blue area, because food needs to go to the blue area actually. The next food processing site is actually up here. It looks very far, but if you now look close, you have a city in your way. That means you can build a train, and for that line actually you need to use 3 trains in total. If you start at 1815 actually. You can start with 1 of 2 actually to get money in, but the cycle time is I think 10 of 12 minutes in the basic. Use actually then the train line, go straight away to pick up food, and then the first stop make on this city, deliver food here. Second stop on this city, stop here, and you need then actually use the goods wagon, because the goods wagon can use livestock and can transport food. That way your train make as well on the way to unload money, and the way the train will make money on the way back. So the only thing that you need to be aware of, if the city expands, you might need to have a small truck line running to cover the blue areas, especially in this city. If you want to have kind of a straight line, then yeah, you probably place the station somewhere here and use it as a hub station kind of, and transport actually the goods from the station with the truck into the city. But that's a very easy example for a train line. And you can do that on a random generated map for sure as well. Only challenge on the random generated map, you have very often quite much height differences there. So yeah, you cannot really build straight lines, and also the building costs are a little bit higher actually. We see on the raw oil line actually it's creating already a decent amount of money. I mean, it's road vehicles, right? We not really transport much stuff. I mean, in yearly basic, in average 44 units we want to transport, right? And we not even transport anything yet to the city. That's why the second line running red. And I said actually earlier, we could wait 1 or 2 years actually to build a second line. But I built them already upfront. I see it as a little bit investment, and then the city knows as well, hey, he come deliver us some stuff. That's awesome. You're welcome. If you have other questions, just feel free to ask, and I try to answer them. I not know everything, and few things are assumption, but this map especially, I played them a couple of times, so I know a little bit how this one works. But the game mechanic actually is everywhere the same. I like to use it because I also live in the Netherlands, close to Venlo actually. Well, I have, a little bit. I've been orange in my heart. Well, even if I'm born in Germany, but I've been orange in my heart. Let's have a look on the factory, what this actually is doing. It's not producing actually the complete demand of the city yet. That's simply because it have not yet actually enough storage. So that's I could put 1 of 2 free vehicles more on this line actually just to give them actually a little bit storage so that they can stay producing. So. But I will not want to create overcapacity, so I hold it a little bit on a low amount. I maybe use this one and put it on the raw oil line because it's standing in depot and costs 10% of his money anyway. So just to help actually the factory to build a little bit storage up as soon you have like 100 units stored, then I take them off, but probably the city demand will increase then. There's nothing wrong with Aruba, huh? And there's nothing wrong with Belgium. The only thing, I not like to drive cars there. Serious, I have done twice, and I try to drive around Belgium if I can do. It's just terrible to drive there. I see already. We have already 50% coverage of the fuel, so that looks great so far. The factory is slightly increasing the production. And now we actually see also green numbers on the fuel support line. And remember, that's a single usage line, so we use, if they're really maxed out and really always run full, we only use them to 50%. And that's then actually hard to achieve. That's why it's actually quite interesting to calculate the demands. Do it on one vehicle to get a base value, and actually, because the base value not really change until you get faster vehicles. The same counts for the city demand. As long it sticks with 44 units, well, nothing will change. As soon the number will go up, we need to recalculate the base value of the city, make a recalculation of the vehicles we actually use, and then look how much that match. Try to get around 90% of that, and you always will have green numbers. Usually in the earlier streams I was too lazy to do so, but actually it's worthwhile. And that's not even much vehicles I use here. Okay. Now we're creating actually an over demand in the factory, but that's actually a storage units what they actually now produce. They will adapt later on the exact usage of demand what I actually deliver production-wise. That also will means that I actually always will have a small stock of units here. Mostly enough actually to fill the vehicles. That's why they actually run them most of the time with full vehicles. 40 units, it's always almost good. It's actually nice to see that is even working. I tested it not before, so I was founding the theory on Steam actually, and just try it with you live. So, and it seems to work pretty good. The theory was actually quite logical, so that's why I take it over and just share it with you. Let's have a look what we have here in storage. That will now go up and down like a yo-yo. Probably because you have no oil stored. We deliver already like 60%. But amount will raise now with the arrival every time. I should might consider to put 2 more vehicles on the oil line actually to transport a little bit more in the storage. But I need to be careful because if the city demands not increase, they will on the end gonna lose me some money. Yeah, gonna do it. Try it with your own calculation. If it's not work well, can you actually give the raw formula actually, kind of. Moment, let's do that in chat somehow. Wait. Click here, then stop. Okay. For the city demand, I call it now CD, okay? I give you directly the year number because you need to divide it by 12 months of 12 minutes, so that's 720 actually. For the city demand, it would look like this. The first CD is actually your city demand. That's actually the value you have here. That you're gonna divide by 720. Then you get a number, and that number is your city demand in a second. And if you would not know how much time it is, actually what's in city demand, I mean 12 months then, the formula would look 700. Yeah, I give you the formula actually. If you not know what the 12 minutes are, is then actually 12 times. I have a stupid keyboard for that one actually. Where is my sanctions? There is it. By 60. Oh wait, that would correct. It would actually look like this. Give me a second. Then we. Original, it would look like this. City demand 12 by 60 because we know 12 minutes is 1 year. So that you need to first calculate this one. So 12 by 60, then you come to 720. Then you take the city demand by the 720. So the result out of what you calculate here. And therefore you get your city demand per second. That's the mathematical correct formula. Since I know in this game it's 720 seconds, I use the 720 directly. But if you would not know it for TransportFever, actually you would need to do it with 20. So you would then use 20 by 60 to make the most efficient line. Since in TransportFever years around 20 minutes. That's actually the first step, and this base value that you get out of there, that you compare actually with all the values you have in your line actually. And then we go actually ahead with the second formula. And I give you that one for the first vehicle, because I seriously advise you to do that with a single vehicle and on the end with the complete number of vehicles. Since there still can be a difference from 59 seconds and what he gives you on a minute base. So 59 seconds difference, that makes a lot of impact in the game. 59 seconds, that is a month, so a month worth of waste. In the meanwhile, I'm gonna switch something here and give them other. Meanwhile, I'm writing the formulas a little bit a better view. The second would then actually, I do it now as CC. CC is standing for cargo capacity on your vehicle, right? And then you have actually the same matter of fact. Similar formula, the first vehicle usually gives you a minute of 8 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. Yeah. So you take the minute value. The formula actually is as well similar constructed. So by 60 seconds. And that is cc a second. Here you cannot use a base value of 720 because the count of the time frame will be probably for all the lines you build been differently. So, but the calculation of that formula is actually very similar. And this value you need then compare with the value above. And yeah, basically try to get out a number that's actually where you came to similar to the number that you have as a result of here. In my calculations was very simple. I mean, for me, the first line was of the city demand was 0.058. My vehicle capacity was 0.0051. So obviously is that I can run 10 vehicles brings me, even without a calculator, on a value of 0.051. So the difference is 0.07. So what's that on this line? That's not really that it makes that much difference. Make sure I can actually deliver around 90% of the city demand. However, I used for sure a second line. There you do the same calculation, and in order to place make a calculation with all your vehicles you have on the line, you take the total capacity. I call it now TCC, but the calculation remains actually similar. You have done properly and count in seconds already, so you don't need to calculate a second amount, but you need to calculate the seconds by vehicle by capacity actually, and then the formula looks actually like this. I explain as soon as I have posted. See a second. Oh my job. So that would then look like this. TCC is the total capacity of the vehicle. Well, I should have called TCV actually. However, is the total capacity of your vehicles. If you have 10 vehicles on, it's 4 units here. It would be in that case 40. However, we need to calculate first your capacity in second. Therefore, you take your cycle time that you probably have already in seconds, since you have a number of vehicles there already, and take that by the time of vehicles you run totally on that line. Say you have 100 seconds and you have 10 vehicles, you take 100 by 10. That you're gonna divide by the result of the total capacity you have, and then you get actually the vehicle capacity a second. That you can again match with the result of the capacity of the city, and if they are pretty much equal, I mean a little bit above is not bad, a little bit below is always been preferred, because yeah, they will not spend money for nothing. So that's a little bit the math. I hope it will help you in the game. In the meanwhile, we can look actually on the results, how my line is actually now looking. They're running proof on profit. That's nice. There is probably, as long the city not increase capacity, not much more money I can make. So I can rethink now my strategy and maybe try to deliver to another city. but actually the financials that looks quite decent. We see here actually even 2 years same income. That means actually that is probably the maximum income I can make on the raw oil line actually. Yeah, that is good for optimizing, but it's also helpful for setting up because passenger transport is always easy. You not need to think about it actually that much. You just build your train line, so make sure that the passengers came to the station somehow. Yeah, for sure you build a couple of bus lines actually in direction of the stations, so connect them actually, make a line to the blue and a line to the yellow and a line to the green area, and you always make money with that line. So you might be lose a little bit on the inner city transport, but you make millions on the trains then. So, and that simple way, you always have a cargo back, right? And if in the best case, the train's always been full. I will later on put actually on in the stream after I finish with that one. I will put in the formulas there as well. Maybe I can do that right now actually. Let's follow a vehicle for the time, so then it's not so boring for the... Or I take away the yellow line for the viewers because that can be annoying. Therefore we need to close the line windows. Just gonna follow that vehicle. Looks awesome. I'm gonna put formulas into switch post. Will take me a couple of minutes, so I might be gonna go a little bit silent in the meanwhile. Unfortunately, I've been bad at two things. So. I might be using other keywords actually, so that they actually match, like VCC was bad, of TCC was bad, that should be transcode capacity total, yeah, TCT, that would be more logical. Oh, she again, I like her. Should do it that way. Should put a new one up, I think. Would be more helpful. Okay. Will take a few minutes, I think. Yeah, how I call this one? So that was this. Oh, so long ago that I write formulas and worked with formulas. A few minutes and then you will have all formulas on the Twitch page. For the new visitors, after I build up a new line, I'm gonna explain maybe again. In the meanwhile, I've been writing down all the formulas, actually what you need to calculate the demands, with a control calculation actually. So that way, yeah, you can make sure that you actually really make some money. Okay, that's the first. Takes a little bit. I should do it right, because otherwise it will not work for you. Okay. Okay. Almost finished, almost finished. Takes a little bit longer because I need to make a description for the former actually, because I probably not even use it correctly. But however, will become fine. Okay, it's finished. And I hope I not make by accident some kind of mistake in there now. But yeah. Have a look how our line is doing actually. Long time not look at it, but I'm not really worried since we are actually quite good. The city demand actually increased already, so the city demand actually I should recalculate. Well, I don't do that at this point, but yeah, it would be worthwhile actually to do so. But we cannot lose money at this point of stage. That's just impossible. I'm not sure if it would be work in hard mode as well, if it's there really required, because we have a lot of higher costs to have a reroute, so that you really need to at least a little bit cargo take back to make it profitable. But at medium it works actually great. I mean, we cannot say that we through the amounts getting rich with all the costs we have, that's for sure not, but we're running green, and that's the important fact. And that's with a line that at this point runs at 50% of his capacity, because more is not possible because they're taking nothing back. A bit more challenging, I could do it and actually merge those lines and then make a recalculation. So let actually the vehicles picking up oil there, deliver it here, pick up here fuel, and then go into the city and then go back. So that would be an option, but well, the disadvantage is if I would do that, if I would now extend, and I could and should, to one of those cities close by, then I need to have more vehicles run only between those two plants. So what would be the point to send them there in the city? So that's why I hold it independently, and yeah, can make sure that I actually run on the year on profit. But so we not get millionaire with only one line, by the way. So I'm gonna have a look for a second one somewhere else, and maybe try to find a possibility to connect to cities that exchange goods at a line. That would be actually great, because then you have actually an additional formula you need to use. But I don't want to explain it in this session. That is something I should do in a separate run. That's actually the next city I should connect to. It's in reasonable range, and well, here I could even use a train. It would be actually justified. But I'm not sure if I want to do that yet. This is actually interesting place here. Would be nice to have here forest close by, but it's not really close by.
In the mix with bass jacker. Relaxed in wax. Relaxed in wax.
Oh, not really have an idea what to do here close by. Something useful might be like construction materials, would also not be bad, but I have no stones around here. That's a bad thing actually. For wood I need to make a bridge, that would be too expensive at this point of time. Should try to do construction materials or something like that. And I have stones here actually. Yeah, we could actually do something similar. That's actually the next city that is actually close, kinda. Well, I need to build a street to make it close, but kind of close city that I could use also. Well, I could use train, but then I would need to have multiple wagons, since the cities are so small at this point. I'm not gonna do that yet. I think I'm gonna later on just create a hub somewhere in the middle, and from there I'll deliver everything with the train. Yep, we're gonna now use this city. I see a slightly decrease actually in the amount we deliver, so I could consider putting more vehicles on there. But since the first vehicles need to be replaced in 3 years, I don't do that yet. I wait until I have replaced the vehicles, then I make a new calculation for this line and look what actually the difference is. In the meanwhile, I'm gonna build this one. Actually, we're gonna use a train to deliver stones there. However, I'm not gonna deliver with a train to a city yet. It's just because it's really far away for vehicles with 15 kilometers an hour actually. It's kinda painful. Since I not really that here someone building around.
In the mix with
For this line, actually, I probably need to take an additional loan because the train probably will me cost around like $1.5 million or something like that. Oh, that was very close. Yeah, perfect. Always check after you build a station that building is light up, because sometimes it isn't, and then you never will get goods. I hold it for now as well for small signs. Yeah, nothing. No one will build me there in the way. Build me there in the way, so nothing to be worried about. Second station. Does I make it that end one? Because why not? Yep, that looks good for me. That's now the advantage on this map, because if I put on the contour lines, there is not actually really much to see, not really much what's really disturbing me. So pretty much you can build straight away. It's a nice thing on this map actually. So I just gonna build straight, since I'm not really expecting having unexpected that's expensive by bridges of tunnels of bullshit like that. Later on we can think maybe to connect the city with a train, but for now on I gonna not do that. Just to hold the profile costs as low as possible. Maybe even avoid taking a loan. Maybe. Nah, that's not possible. I need to have a train, so that's let's check how much get the estimate what a train would be taking there. Okay, have a look. Well, the trains are still cheap, so let's buy one. And we want to deliver stone. I still let them on automatic because yeah, there's no point. But unfortunately, it doesn't can take construction materials, so that's the reason why I'm gonna just deliver them by road for now. For food, actually, you would use the goods wagons and would actually transport livestock instead of crane. and then you could, with the same wagons, bring a return actually food. So yeah, it's more helpful. However, it will be interesting, obviously, to get them profitable. I'm just gonna build a line without any wagons. The cycle time of the frequency will not be correct at the beginning, but it's just as an indication for calculation how many wagons I actually need. Okay. Just throw him a line for shot. That will be now very inaccurate actually, because he have not even wagons on yet, so just wanna have an indication. Oh, that one is a quick one. Oh, that's a shame, he not even give me time. Oh. Okay, maybe you need to have actually a wagon to give me a time. That's, I didn't even know. Okay, then we're gonna buy a couple of wagons. Why not? I need to have them anyway.
In the mix with the bass jacker.
Ooh. Okay, now we have a couple of wagons. Let's try it again. Yep, now we actually get the cycle time, just so we're gonna pause the game. So for now, I need to calculate the city demand in first again. So again, new papers. The city demand for construction materials is 45 a year. Divided by 9 minutes, that's actually 9 by 60. Divided by 540.
In the mix with the bass jacker.
Oh, wait. I should do it very correctly. $7.20. That's city actually have similar needs on construction materials. Actually, the result of the city is 0.062 units actually a second. So that's yeah, a nice amount actually. No, I need to think. Well, the maximal capacity of the train is 40 anyway, so I'm gonna have a look on that, what we transport. So we need probably have a second train to even fully fight the demand. But would be very cool, because then we would run every year on a green actually, because this train will only get paid once a year. Let's have a look. Actually, I can do it with one train. If I use one train, I provide 0.074 units, and I only need to have, if I would use 10 wagons, by the way, and I only need to have 0.625. So I estimate that I only need 8 wagons. That would reduce the capacity to 32 units of the train. Would make the train actually cheaper, because the most people think that the train are the most expensive. It's actually not true. The most costs you have actually in the wagons in this game, because if they're not been full, you pay whatever it costs. So let's have a check in this one actually. I mean, you only have usually one train, right? However, you wanna build extra long. I sometimes do that as well. But no, come on, open the. Oh, I should hit the buy button. Look, I moved this train, the Musik actually. It cost me 36.6k a year. Look at the wagon. One wagon cost me already like the half of that, so 2 wagons already cost me more than the train. So you wanna not have too much wagons on the track for exactly that reason, because it's just melting money, right? I mean, then you just can run a train as well without a wagon just for the fun, right? I mean, what's the point? And the wagons get more expensive over the time as well. As soon you get new ones, they will be, yeah, much more expensive. So making a pre-calculation how many wagons you need is actually a good fact. In this early stage, I always start with 10 wagons. That's the max what in this flat map actually the train can carry without having negative effects. At least with the Musik. Our one that goes 60 kilometers an hour actually can take 12 wagons. But, well, that's our point. And that's our tutorial, I think. So in this case I started with the calculation for the train with the capacity of 40. He have 9 minutes, he say, in cycle time, so that would be around 540 seconds. You need to know that it's not really been accurate with only one train running, probably not with 2 trains either. Until you have exact amount of seconds, you have the chance of an inaccuracy in the frequency time from up to 59 seconds. So please remember that. So if you've been a little bit above, a little bit below, just let it be that way. Just watch that the 2 results not are too freaking out in one of either direction, because then you will lose money. I wanna calculate it with this one. 0.59. Actually, if I would use 8 wagons, I would get actually. Let's make it write down correctly for now. 52, 40, 0.59259. I'm gonna calculate up to 5 numbers behind comma actually, because yeah, the numbers are actually quite long, and you actually calculate it in low range numbers, so that's why it's probably a good advice to work with up to 5 numbers behind the comma actually. I'm still not sure if I should use 8 of 10 yet, because we still have the difference that can go up and down either way. But 0.59 actually against 0.625, that I would make money anyway, the train would be full. But if I can filter 9 wagon maybe 2 all the time, that's something to consider as well. So I calculated with 9 wagons as well. I think 0.74 is really too much over delivery. I expect at least 1 or 1.5 wagons are empty then. 0.7407. No, 10 is actually definitely too much. We have a look on 9, then we had actually 36 divided by the 540, and we come actually at actually that's a good amount. I think 9 wagons is for this route to start with very good amount to do so. There we come actually on a result 0.6666666667 actually against 0.625 with the up and down range. It's a good thing actually to do so. Is quite good matching. So I might be run with a half wagon empty, but well, half wagon I'm really not really afraid of that one. Okay, so then we send the train back and put actually on additional vehicles of the additional wagons. And gonna start the game again. Why I paused the game for the calculations, yeah, it cost me just money in the meanwhile, so... And now I need to also know I need 5 additional wagons. I don't have the money yet, so I need to borrow a little bit extra money. I take an extra million actually. Simple because, the matter of fact, I need to buy additional road vehicles as well to deliver the stuff to the city actually. By trains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, that looks awesome. Oh, I should send him online actually. So now we have a look where we need to deliver the goods. It goes about construction materials. It's quite handy, it's quite close by. So I probably place just one stop. I'm gonna ignore this few buildings here. That will probably increase decrease the amount that I deliver to. Might be 3-4 units, whatever. I don't yeah, really care about that. Just make sure that I have the delivery to the major area there where I have the industry. Later on you need to recheck that as well, because the cities are expanding, and yeah, you want to make sure that you cover the area, because only then your calculation is correct as yeah, as you cover the area and actually deliver some stuff as well. Okay, that is not nice. I consider to break down here a building to cover everything, because that's not really convincing. Oh, that looks better. No, it doesn't. Come on, our building. The last building, come on. Wow, that's bad. Okay. Let's have a look if we can cheaply maybe destroy one house and build a street. And hopefully they're growing then around me, so that would be awesome. One building is fine for me. Just gonna extend the road a little bit future-wise. That will cause that anything of something at least will be spawning around. Close this one, then they have a nice area to build in. I think the industry will expand here afterwards. So zoom out again. Ah, see, now nicely covered. There's only a few buildings here not covered. Well, I don't care about those few. The major area is here, and since I now built here the stop and gonna deliver here stuff, there will be built around here. So I'm not worried about this. To shorten the route, I just track a bigger street up there. Kind of a bit shorter. Not much, but whatever. And for sure, nice large routable. And here it would be maybe later on interesting to run a train between two stations. So I could make actually a little bit of truck delivering into the cities and yeah, build up somewhere around here actually in hub where I collect all the materials to deliver them with trains later on all the cities. But just let's take it slowly. We took additional loans, so we need to be careful. So build a road depot here. Yep. Nicely. And for sure, we need to have a new line. Oh, I call him the stone train actually. Might it took us a little bit longer for the train to making money. I hope it will not take that long. And also for this line, we first make a calculation with one to get a picture around what it would look like, and then decide from that point of fact how many vehicles we will have. Calculate on base of that number, look how close we come, and take off other additional vehicles there. So just one for now. Oh, I have not built a new line yet. Oh. Then we need to do that now. Okay. Oh, 14 minutes. Wow. Okay, again, pen on paper. We know that we have now a capacity of 4 units. 13 times 60. 780 seconds actually. So 4 divided by 780. Yeah. 4 divided by 780, it's 0.05128. Nice number. Okay. That's actually also again a nice number to calculate because it's very equal to the city demand. I can tell you I need at least 10 vehicles to reach actually 0.05. Since we deliver with the train actually 0.66, we wanna have more vehicles on there, so I would expect I need at least 12 vehicles. 12 vehicles would mean we would have a capacity from 48 units, yeah, 84 units. We're using then, if we have the formula correct, oh, I do not have the vehicles actually yet. Yeah, to calculate if that now correctly, I need to launch them actually. However, we're gonna just do that. I'm gonna not use 12 yet. I start with 11, means a capacity of 44 instead 48. I mean, putting on a vehicle later on to make the jack that would. Oh, I've been stupid actually. I can just take the amount and take by 12, then I know. Well, sometimes even I've been slow. Long time didn't done that much math. That is just wow. 0.05. Too much. we start with 11 for now. It's getting late. And thinking getting hard. We have already one, so we need 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1. Now it gets a little bit more easy. Control check, 611 vehicles. Yes, so we have the 44. Please remember the frequency will go down a little bit, but yeah, you need to start somewhere and adjust accordingly actually. So we know now we have a frequency from around 71 seconds by 11 vehicles, so we need to have 71 by 11. That's correct. 781. Now we're gonna divide 44 by 781. 781, it's 0.563. Means we have under capacity. That means we actually make money anyway. But it's not enough. Because I want to match actually the train. The exact result would now be 0.0563383 against something around 0.625 that we want to have. So yeah, it's at least one more vehicle need to go on this line, and we make a recalculation on base of the capacity of that. I can afford one more vehicle, wow. Not long anymore, because the train will now eat it up until he run on profit afterwards. Now it's increased the cycle time. It's then 6.5 by 12. 6.5 by 12 is 780. Wow. Okay. That actually will work, that I know already just seeing the 780 there standing. It's then 48 divided by 780. 0.615. 0.61538. So the max capacity of the train we have that running with 9 is 0.66. Look how it would look like with 13 actually. No, we're gonna let that because the cycle time will increase anyway. I think that we're very close on the result what the city needs actually. The difference between what the city needs is very low. It's actually 0.0625 against 0.0615. So that's very close. And well, the train is a bit unexpectable because, yeah, the matter of fact that he, yeah, the cycle time is not really precise. It is of the frequency time is not exactly precise, and we don't know. And there's nothing we can do about it until we get a train. In the matter of fact that he gives the frequency in seconds, and then we need actually below 3 minutes. So, and that not will happen yet. So, new line is set. Let them go. I hope that the vehicles once go the right direction first way, but oh no, it doesn't matter for them. Okay, then we can launch the game, run in the right numbers for a little bit. I always give try to rename as soon the lines are running the lines, so that we know what's actually doing. Not materials, we know what is, but where it goes to would be well interesting. Yeah, probably this should be enough. You see the first 2 lines still running money. The stone train, they will take a couple of cycles until he will make money. As well, he only can make once a year money, so as long we run only one. So it will not make much profit, but if it's good and we have calculated it correctly, we should force to get the train full to minister one way, so we have a 50% usage, and yeah. Well, they are producing already stones, so that's actually already positive. Have a look how many you've loaded. Oh, this time nothing, okay. Just gonna turn him around because you have nothing loaded, so why you should go there if there's stone waiting. And before we not have stones, the vehicles actually on the road, they don't make any earnings, so that first year is actually investing. I say it actually, you can, if you start a new line that sublease that way, you can give it a year actually to launch it. But on the other end, if you want to calculate it upfront, well, you can only calculate it as soon you have launched at least one vehicle to get the picture around. I mean, but I'm talking so much I need to drink something, actually. And if you like the stream, if you like the comments, if you like the help of maybe my useless whatever, you know, then just hit that like button. You also can have a comment or so, share it with your friends. I do not know, I do not care. I have other games as well that I'm sometimes broadcast. I yesterday tried after a long time Armor 3 again, and I tried this RPG thingy, right? And I was then going on a server called GDA. Well, what you should expect from exactly what happened, right? I mean, I was just a new player, well, have all my money in my pocket, right? Because I need to buy the driver license there, I need to buy a car. So, and you need to buy a couple of stuff, right? And yeah, unfortunately you need to have cash. And they have green zones, actually 3 of them, on the whole map. And that's the spawn area actually, if you die or something, or if you come new into the game, you spawn in that area, and it's a no-shoot area. And what happens? I get shot immediately. So, and I decided, okay, I'm not gonna play that anymore, that is stupid. Was not fun. And Arma was supposed a very good game, but yeah, on a certain point too much assholes came playing that game in multiplayer, and that was not fun anymore. Not playing according to the rules. Not in RPG, not in co-op, not in CDI. A shame actually, because it is a good game. So, do we gonna start producing now something? You lazy thing. Train, where are you actually? Train! Ah, I see something in the train. There's my first stone coming. Also, and we see we have only 3 empty wagons at this point. Well, that's the first delivery he now make. Well, I turned the train around, so to be honest, but doesn't matter. It's the first delivery he make. I mean, we have now a capacity around, estimated now, let's point the finger in there. Yeah, I think 35% of the capacity of the train we use, so let's see what that's bring on money. We only can make max 50, don't forget that. Unfortunately, trains cannot change wagons from type. They can well change the goods within, but if you have this type, you cannot transport goods and stuff like this. If they change not to other wagons from that type. They would well change from stone to crane, as example, of from stone to slag, but not from stone to goods. But it's nice to see the first time he arrived, he actually makes a little bit. Yeah, the train definitely need to be full. Cycle time is increased a little bit now to 8 minutes, but well, that can be as well 8 minutes and 29 seconds, but for the same money it could be 7 minutes 31. So we don't know. So that's this issue. However, the truck capacity covers actually what's the city need, so that should be fine. I hope so that the train now will be full on the second rit, actually. That would be nice too, actually. But if he's full after the third of the 5th cycle, then my calculations are actually correct, and yeah, we have built a good second line. Hopefully this one will make a little bit more profit than the previous one. So, but it's still, the vehicles are almost on the point where they need to be replaced actually. So probably I need to take additional loan for that. But the lines are still running on green. That means we had done there in the calculation a very good job actually. And if I look at the city, we have still 82% coverage and fuel there. That is just actually awesome. Not that we get rich with it, but it's a working train, and yeah. As long as we have nothing that we can bring back on the other way, so it's a good result so far. And now imagine if you have the possibility to transport goods forward and backward with the same vehicle you deliver, then you have exponential more profit on it. Especially if you have multiple cities cities connected that have an equal amount of the goods. So yeah. But we are still in the beginning of the game, so it will be now interesting to see if it will be full. I'm not gonna watch of look at the station yet because I wanna get surprised. You know, it's a bit boring to check everything, even if we could. The production is actually going to 44 units already. That is actually a very good result, because that's actually the amount city need. Yeah, well, 1 unit more, but well, very well. 1 empty wagon. Okay, so the next time he's, I guess, full. That's awesome. So that seems that the calculations are very accurate, actually. The reason why actually that wagon can be empty, we calculated on a base time of 9 minutes. That's done something like something between 8:31 and 9:22. Now we are in the train run now a couple of times and loaded a bit. That changed increased the cycle time a little bit. So now we are actually in a range between 7:31 and 8:29. So actually, even if we have that one empty, remain empty, it's probably not even that bad, since we see that the production actually of the facility match actually the amount of what the city needs. As soon as we deliver the first stuff, we approximately get around 90% of the city coverage. I laugh at if math is working. This video I will later on will probably also upload on YouTube. I think that is a very good tutorial to look at and actually see how you can do that with a pen, paper and calculator. I mean, that's everything what you need for that, and yeah, and a little bit of logical thinking for sure. But we all have that. Otherwise we would not play sim games. If there are additional questions that might be unrelated to this one, feel free to go. In the meanwhile, I'm rolling a cigarette actually. Can I have a smoke? But it was good, the calculation even helped me to smoke less, so actually I should do something like that more often. And surprisingly, the stone train is in green. He will probably end a very low green number. I'm not really expecting that much profit from it. But I expect well that he stays until the end of his lifetime in the green numbers. That's well what I expect. And that's because we calculated the capacity quite as close as we could. I mean, there was no improvement possible on the information actually we have. And that's what's about supply chain management, right? You work with information you have and make the best from it. And if it's not really correct or if there are changes, well, you need to adapt. Well, we all need to adapt all the life. I mean. At least I know no one who have no surprises in his life. Unexpected one, as I mean. In a half hour I'm gonna probably make a break. And for that I'm gonna very short stop the stream for a couple of minutes so that I can save that video as well in a 5-hour range, because then we are already 5 hours in the game. Then I'm gonna load the game again, but yeah, we'll make a little bit a break, I think, because it costs lots of energy to calculate all that thing and try to think. Just kidding. No, actually I don't. The train is full. Awesome! The factory actually is now producing puffer to deliver to the factory, because they don't have goods actually at this point of stage in storage, since they now know that I can supply the city. We also see a slightly increase in demand already. It changed now from what we started at 45 units to 47. It's only an increase of 2, but it's actually, with the capacity we have, it should be alright. So we need nothing to change in that point of matter. Because of that frequency of the train, it could be now that we make 1 year money and 1 year have a small loss actually. It have to do, we have only one paying round actually paid, and if we just take it by 8, we know 8, 16, 24. So actually we have within 3 years a difference in frequency. So to evaluate the train, we would actually need to evaluate all these 3 years. And actually divide the result by 2, then you came actually on 12 minutes. For the train it's actually easy to calculate. I can do it by my head. Ha! Stupid. And it would be probably then happen so that you will probably have of either 1 year and bigger loss, and in against it you would probably have 2 years in medium profit. Of its precise other side you would have twice a little bit loss. And 1 time a loss. Say that more correctly. Well, you probably know what I mean. And if not, I'm gonna try it again then. Nice one. The construction route, actually the supply route to the city, is now running into the green as well. That's awesome. And then I'm gonna actually look that I'm gonna pay back the stupid loans, because loans are annoying. Especially if your vehicles come at the end of the lifetime, and yeah, you not have enough money, cannot replace them, they got more expensive with every year you actually run them. So yeah, and at a certain point it got very extensive. I mean.
Relaxed in wax.
But so far, it still looks good. It will take an additional 2 years, I think, until the construction route running on a similar profit like the fuel supercharge route. It's well interesting to see that they have a quite similar amount of vehicles on that line. Meanwhile, I have now overcapacity because we had not calculated 49 seconds, we was calculating with 65 seconds. What the fuck? Haha, I could take off vehicles actually from that line. Let's check that. Oh, I need to calculate this one first. Woohoo. Okay. Yeah, I see already on the first calculation that is much too much. Yeah, I could now deliver 0.8. The city only was needing 0.62. Even with the slight increase they have. Yeah, no, I need to take off there a couple of vehicles. I'm gonna go back to, I think, 10 vehicles, make it back to 40. First we're gonna go to 11, then let's stabilize the route, and then we're gonna check it with 10, but probably 10 I would have enough. The other city, 88% coverage, this is actually awesome. It's actually exactly what I expected, of the area I have expected. We don't need to monitor the train anymore, because we know he will not always run the way full. As long as the production stays going, he will deliver always full train of stones now. As well, from the first year he bring 155k, and the second year, I think that is the peak year as well. I think it will twice make good money and once have a big loss, because $500,000 for the train, that is 2 deliveries done in a year. Yeah, there we looking at actually at this stage. Because one vehicle is around 240k or something like that. Let's have a look. Yeah, 250k. So actually the max income that he could create is 508,000. So he was not even on this best there. So I'm gonna set on narrow vehicle replacement because within short amount of time I would get warning and they are fucking annoying. That will also increase actually our income as soon the new vehicles are on there, because the new vehicles will cost less money. Let's have a look what they cost actually right now. Now the running costs are 2.42k actually. We have a look in a couple minutes another vehicle for a vehicle that's actually younger, then we can compare it a little bit. Oh no, he replaced that vehicle for some reason. Oh no, that's new vehicle. Okay. Actually we can compare it. Because that's the new vehicle, that's the old one. Short before replacement. Costs almost the double. That's the reason why vehicle replacement is important. Over the year, actually the running costs will increase in a certain percentage. And this one, it was now after 2 years, it's already plus 6% of the original running costs. After 15 years, it's already 50%. And you can imagine if I let run them additional 15 years, then it's probably 100 of 200%, depending on which rate it actually grow, that I don't know, and I actually not want to figure out. So that's why I'm gonna replace all the vehicles, and that's the reason why it's very important to do it at time, because in the worst case scenario of online where you only have a low income already, actually it will be force your lines actually on a certain point to go into the red numbers, and yeah, that's not really helpful. Especially not in the begin states where you not have that much money and maybe be on the limit of the loan. You don't want to risk that actually, because if you cannot take a loan anymore, yeah, then you've been pretty much game over to rescue you. Well, I do not need that loan yet, I guess. I'm making money with all the 4 lines I run at this point of stage. So, I still not have reduced that vehicle. What we now gonna do actually? Let's look for some empty one. For now I take out only one. Yeah, now I'm gonna run a little bit into red because I buy new vehicles. Happily, I have not more vehicles than I need. That makes a replacement of unnecessary vehicles for sure not possible. 94% in my first turn with the fuel supplies. It's awesome. 88, 94, so that's something, yeah, sticking around that area. 88, 94. It's nice. Will probably take 1 or 2 years more, then we will have, I expect actually to have the same result on the Berkeley Marsh line with the construction materials. Yeah, unfortunately frames is a bit low because of that. Yeah, the game progress is a little bit slower as well. That's gonna follow a road vehicle in the meanwhile, yeah, because we need to grow a little bit money anyway. Increase my frames and as well the progress of the game. It's actually really surprising because I could imagine that this view would be eating up more resources, but actually it's eating up almost nothing compared to the other view. But still, awesome fun game, a good concept. I wish they had it expanded a little bit more like the original from Industry Giant from Yowood Games, actually, back at the time, somewhere in the years around 90, somewhere between 90 and 2000, somewhere in that area. It has quite a lot of recomped, only thing the industry was a little bit more advanced. It is more advanced than in TransportFever, so that is already good. Also the game mechanic is completely different actually, at least for the industrial mechanic. At least from the calculation side here. But yeah, I would really love to have the choice to bring also eggs of milk to a city, something like that. It would be awesome. There is, I think, a mod that I can do that. This is, I think, a Russian mod. This might be something I'm gonna try once. I'm gonna share it with you then. Where's my tea? There's my tea. But I love the track. It's nicely crafted, not only a straight long road, a little bit more corners. I've done a good job there, right? Well, on a high speed they're looking well very quick with 15 kilometers per hour. Would be interesting to see with trucks that go 100 kilometers an hour. Probably I need to run to the bathroom. Still wish the game would have a day-night cycle. Especially in this view, that would be awesome. Having some lights around, a little bit more romantic. Of course, have the possibility to walk around in your city. I mean, you can follow people in the city. Actually, you can follow from any point where they go to. Would not make much sense for me because yeah, I not have done passenger transport in this game yet. So here we cannot follow someone from one city into another one. But it's actually it is possible. We can do it later as soon as they have their own cars. We can follow their cars actually. Oh, that's nice to see the only train I own. Really lovely. Well, it's nice to see, even with the expensive of the new vehicles, I still running in the green numbers this year. It's not that bad, and in this year the other line was not running fully on profit. Probably actually on, yeah, almost full profit. Let's actually recalculated cycle time. I think it should be really done actually. 52 by 11. 572. Looks pretty equal to the other, so that should be fine. The previous calculation of the estimate was actually 588 and it's now 572, so that's actually okay. So that's then actually 45 divided by 572. Comes on a result of 0.769. Yeah, the city needs 0.62, still one vehicle too much. Meanwhile, the demand is well increased, we can check that, but I could still take a vehicle away. I'm probably gonna do that as well.
In the mix with the bass jacker.
No, I'm gonna not do that. Demand will increase anyway. But the difference isn't that big. Divided by 720. 0.62 against 7.1. 0.9, 0.009, something like that. No. We just let it away. The line running on profit, so I have nothing to complain. I will probably make 2 or 3k more profit, so yeah, whatever. Meanwhile, the factory is still increasing production, so they're building up now their stack actually. That's well nice, because on a certain point all the vehicles will always take everything. I'm not sure if it's there so far. Let's actually check on our first line. And then it looks actually something like this. They pre-stack actually outsource some of their storage to my truck stations. So, and you know, every vehicle that you put in there will make money. Even if I would put now 2 additional vehicles on, they would make immediately money until the reserve is basically done. Since the capacity is increased here, it is maybe not even a bad idea to do so. Having either way 1 vehicle more running. We was thinking about that earlier. I'm gonna just execute it. And after we launch them and they run a couple of cycles, we're gonna evaluate what it is get done, and we will see the results here as well. I see well a slightly decrease actually because the amount they need is actually now more. We calculated on 44 units, it's increased by 6. So helping them having good frequency and a good calculation help actually to improve your line. Especially if they're quite stable. I'm gonna make a recalculation actually of this city and their lines. Slightly decrease, yeah, there will be always plus minus 1, 2, 3 units, I guess. Actually, that's even fun to play a game like that, this way. I never was thinking about it before. Usually I make money anyway, so especially if you start with passengers. Yeah, my demand is actually now 0.68 on this line. So what was the original? The original was actually 42 units, I think, 0.58, and now we have 0.68, so that is a good increase actually, 0.68 actually. I need to do that in a proper way. Actually, these datas, every time you make a recalculation, you could actually use the Excel sheet and put the formula in there, and then just put in the raw values that you get out of in-game, and could do an automatic calculation. Maybe I'm gonna make a workshop for that one actually, for people that play in window mode like me is at this point. Yeah, you can have, if you have a second monitor, yeah, you can run the Excel on and basically just putting in the basic values, and then you don't need even the calculator. Only thing is you need to have the right formulas actually in Excel implemented so that you can work with yeah, the raw data and actually get a compensation of even automatic compensation, right? You put in the city data, you put in the single vehicle data, and you put the total vehicle data. So, and get a compensation between all of them, and then it's your decision on how far you go. Maybe even can consider making automatic calculation on the max amount of vehicles you need. That would be actually possible as well. Second. 0, 6, 8, 0, 6. And the raw oil is as well as 11 is 44. That's 52 seconds frequency time. 11. Five two by 11 is 572. 572. It's 44 divided by 572. Yeah, we're running a little bit over capacity on the line, but I think that is not really a big issue. The actual cycle time is 0.769 against 0.068. I maybe try to do the same with the other line, and maybe it forces the city to use more signs. We can deliver a little bit more. That would be an interesting experiment actually. Come on, 7, 0, 7, 6, 9, 2. Makes a difference from 6. Yeah, the difference is 0.0088, so that's not really, sounds not really major to me. And the line is actually running good on the money, so almost 40k at this point. So there's no reason to change that. Yeah, that's really a very small amount. Let's have a look on the support line, actually 55 seconds. The capacity there is 7 times 4, 28. So 28 times... okay, 28... cycle time is 52 seconds, 55 actually, times 7, 50 times 7 is 385, so it's 28 divided by 385, wow, okay. interesting. The result is actually very cool. I actually can deliver 0.072 to the city. I can deliver 0.76 to actually the oil factory of the factory. So actually that is quite a good number. So if I see the city have additional needs, then I just can throw an additional vehicle on the line, and that would basically not even need an additional vehicle on the oil line, but the results are quite close to each other, so the difference between two lines that actually do this stuff is very low. That's even lower than to the demand actually. 727. That's actually well a funny number. Is actually 0.07272727. Yeah, there's so much 2s and 7 in there that is fucking retarded. But let's look what's the difference. 0.7692. 0.07272. Yeah, that's really awesome. There is a difference actually on 0.0042. I call that actually a very good accuracy. That's really nice. So the fuel support line, there is a chance to increase the income actually a little bit. The raw oil, I think they are on the edge of what they can have. I think 39 is the max, but they actually now can make on money wise. Seems to be pretty stable somewhere around that area. And actually the switchboard you see there, that is one of two vehicles the difference of one of two vehicles that are arriving. Because it's go down, vehicle arrive, and it goes up to 39k again, so that's seriously the max that can. That's actually 24 on the fuel support. Yeah, and the train depends a little bit on the year, but it's actually what I expected. I have a year where I make more money, a year I make less, but I not lose, so that's actually positive. One more, it could be actually 2 lower years. And follow, and then again 2 higher. But still, I like this matter of fact. Because from cost-wise, they are always running above the costs. The train cost me 236k, yeah, and I make around 250k. That's the low point, so that's okay. It's a small difference from like 18 actually, yeah, 18k. Okay, that is the way actually how you successfully run a supply chain. For now, I'm gonna save the game. How I said earlier, I'm gonna stop the broadcast actually to get the separate video file for the first hours. I will go ahead in a couple minutes, give it up to 50 minutes, then I will be at latest back. I don't know how long it will be take now actually to save a 5-hour video. I not really have done that so often. So, but for now we're running successfully. After the break we're gonna go ahead and try to find some city where we can produce some stuff to connect two cities to make actually a city connection. That will be then give a more challenge for the raw material sites, because they need to produce then as well a little bit more stuff. Also we need to get have a look that we pay back this 3 million. I mean, we make constantly a profit, even if it's 1 year is a little bit less. Yeah, that have simple to do with the cycle time of the train. But putting a second train on it, what's the point? I deliver the max the city can take, and shortly I will running on 90%. We run on the city supply already 80%. So there is not much I can do of achieve with a second train at this point of stage. So with that, we're gonna make a save game here, give it a nice theme. I call it SCM solution. Part 1, and after the break we actually gonna go ahead with part 2. For those who actually missed the part 1, yeah, you have later the possibility to watch it back on Twitch as well. I'm gonna go actually upload it later on YouTube, then you maybe can find it there as well. Thanks for watching so far, and